I'm reading a creator-owned comic every day for a month, and today I read Six Gun Gorilla, The Big Gun Down. It's part of an ongoing series called The Long Days of Vengeance, which was a big old trade paperback that I read many, many years ago, which is six, I believe, six issues in one. Fantastic read. One of my favorite stories that I've gotten in indie comics from crowdfunding. It's written by Brian Kriskow, and the art is by Adrian Snake Eyes Cyber, which sounds very cool. Now they are sort of part of a ongoing story. Give you a little bit of a preamble. The Six Gun Gorilla, Kumba, I believe is his name. He is he was captured, in Africa, taken to work in a circus, trained as a sharpshooter, like a gunslinger, as a circus attraction. And he found family in the circus, but unfortunate events, most of his family, I think all of his family except one, came to a nasty end in the story, and that sort of kicks off the story. There is one family member left, but he is currently working together with, now I believe this is Juliana. He was a Union spy that kind of kicked off the whole thing as well. And that member of the family, Abigail, is being held in Chilblain Manor by Lord Chilblain. It's set, when is this set in? I guess it's sort of set in the Wild West post, Civil War, 18, 60, 70, 80. I'm not exactly quite sure, but in this story, essentially, you get, the Six Gun Gorilla, and I'm going to call him Giuliano. I think that is his name. Getting into the manor and just causing havoc. They very quickly find a stash of dynamite. They find a Gatling gun. And it is on for young and old. There's not too much more of the story than that. It's just that part of the movie where the heroes go in and launch their counterattack. They're finally taking the fight to the bad guys after being on the run for quite a long time. You're not going to know this, obviously, unless you've read the original trade paperback. I will just skip forward to a moment. There we go. So they do have a little confrontation with the Lord, and as well, they are holding Abigail hostage there. Again, it's a 22 pages, so there's not much to it. There's not much for me to say. Brian is a fantastic writer. There's actually a line here. Let me go back to that. There's a fantastic line here where the guy wants to hurry up. Like, what are we waiting for? And the Lord says, always in such a rush. I imagine the ladies at the brothel find you the ideal client. That's the sort of really cool, sharp dialogue you're going to get from Brian's writing. I have no criticisms with that or the art, really. Even though I think it's the same artist the whole way through, the art quality throughout the series has been kind of scattershot. I don't know why that is. Maybe Brian can let me know. I think the peak art was in the issue before this one. This one isn't bad. I just don't know if it's as good. I don't know if it's the coloring. But it does still look really nice. The only issues that I saw with it straight away is this the printing? Some of these speech balloons look like there's no black in them, so they're quite hard to read. Like, look at that compared to that. And then I noticed, some of the outlines, like some of the panels don't have thingers on it. So I wonder if there was like a printing error or something. I'm not quite sure. And it did sort of take me out of the story because I was sitting there wondering about the printing, which is always not a great thing. But, I think the best way to read Six Gun Gorilla is in its entirety. So, each installment is fun, but it's really about the sum of everything is more important. I would have also liked, because it's been quite a while, I thought I'd read this and I hadn't. It's been years since I read the full trade of this. This is really big. I think they could have shrunk this down and just done a nice little paragraph preamble, catching us up to speed as to what's happening and who the key players are. I think that would have been a really good thing, because I had to go and look on the older Kickstarter just to sort of remember, who this guy is and what the name of the girl they're after and, everything like that. So that's really my only criticisms of the book. I look forward to more. Six Gun Gorilla, I will see you on the next one. All right, bye.